everybody. Welcome to Mrs. Stalzig's classroom workshop. And today we're going to talk and review a little bit about the water cycle. When we were in class last, we were doing an experiment with the water cycle. So we're going to talk about it. So remember, the water cycle is the process of water evaporating and condensing on planet Earth in a continuous process. One of the parts that we have is evaporation. Evaporation is when the sun heats up water in rivers or lakes or the ocean and turns it into vapor or steam. The water, vapor, or steam leaves the river, lake, or ocean and goes into the air. Condensation is water vapor in the air. It gets cold and changes back into liquid, forming clouds. Right now you're going to notice that our weather is changing a lot with April, so it's a good time to check all these things out. Here's one thing that's been happening a lot right now, precipitation. So precipitation occurs when so much water has condensed that the air can't hold it any longer. The clouds get heavy and water falls back to the earth in the form of rain, hail, sleet, or snow. And you've noticed we've had a lot of rain lately. And then we have collection. Collection is when water falls back to earth as precipitation, so that rain. It may fall back in the oceans, lakes, or rivers, or it may end up on land. When it ends up on land, it will either become part of groundwater or run over the soil and collect in ocean, lakes, or rivers where the cycle begins again. One of the things that we did in class, we were collected water to see if it truly would evaporate. One thing you can do at home is get a cup and you can fill it with water. And then you can mark on the cup where you started. I just have a little piece of tape here, so I'm going to mark right where my line is. And then you can keep track. You can keep a little log of how much it is evaporating each day. You can get a ruler and measure it out. You can move your tape down and see if it truly is evaporating. So find a place. Another fun thing I thought that you could do was to build your own water cycle and test it out. All you need to do for this is a Ziploc baggie. It can be a small one or a big one. And then you can draw some of the things on there. I drew a little river or lake for the collection. I drew my clouds up there for the condensation with the raindrops coming down with precipitation. I have an arrow coming up as it gets into the sun for evaporation. So you can draw on a baggie. Can I have you girls can help me? And then open it up and fill your bag down with some water. So maybe fill it up to wherever you drew your line for the rivers and lakes, just to kind of see. And then if you want to get creative, you can do this, but you don't have to. It'll still work. But I'm going to add a couple of drops of food coloring. You want to drop a couple in there, Anna? To make it appear more like water so we can see it a little better as it forms up. So then we will close our bag up, make sure it's nice and tight. Give it a good little shake to get that water all mixed up. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your baggie and you're going to find a window to place it in. And you'll tape it up into your window. And you'll watch the water cycle happen. You'll notice it coming up, getting up top of your bag, condensating. You'll notice it going back down, precipitating. So these are some fun things to help at home. Some things that hopefully you have already. And if you really are into the water cycle, there's lots of videos out there to learn more. But since the weather's changing so much right now, it's a great time to study it. All right, thanks.